Praise the Lord. Are you a content creator who wants to be able to start live streaming on your YouTube channel, but you're not sure how to start and get out of the gate, how to get engagement, and how to just start a successful live stream show? Well, tonight I want to share 4 best practices that you need to implement as a beginner who's going live on YouTube or other platforms that should go live. And we're starting right now. Praise the Lord, everyone. Welcome to The Huddle, a special edition Tuesday night where we're here to help working class content creators like yourself to grow your channel, get more views, and make money online. And as we said tonight, we want to share 4 best practices with you on how to start going live, doing live streaming on your YouTube channel, whether if you're doing a live stream show, live stream Q&A, or being able to bring guests on to interview. 4 best practices that you should implement when you go live and when the live stream is over to make a part of your live stream experience so that you can provide a great quality experience for your viewers so that it manifests itself through more views, through more engagements, and the growth of your channel. And so if that's you tonight, let me know in the chat where you're watching me from. Give me a hashtag Team Live in the chat. Let me know what device that you're watching us on, through mobile, through laptop, or your HD television. And so without further ado, hey, let's get into the content. Let's talk about these 4 best practices and that you should be implementing when you go live. And the first tip that I want to share with you, the first best practice that I want to share with you is you want to appreciate the replay value. Appreciate the replay value. And what I mean by that is most people, when they go live on YouTube or whatever platform that they're live streaming on, they do their live stream. And they live stream anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. Some individuals will live stream on anywhere from an hour to 3 hours. But once the live stream is over, they move on to the next project, the next piece of content, whether if it's a live stream or video or short or podcast episode. They move on and they move past the previous live stream, and they fail to appreciate and to consider the replay value, especially when you're first starting out and you don't have a lot of views of people watching the live stream. And it sometimes can be discouraging because you don't have individuals watching your live stream. And so you lose your passion, you lose your enthusiasm to be able to do the live stream. But what I've come to understand, your greatest viewership is not always going to come from the live stream itself. Sure, it would be nice to have 50 to 100 people watching you live. That would be a nice experience to have. But on most occasions, depending on the size of your channel and how long you've been on YouTube in terms of your subscribership and active viewers who are part of your channel, you're going to have, a smaller audience in most cases on your live stream. And you may just have some live streams where there's very little to people watching it. Now, this could happen for a couple of reasons. Number one, you didn't schedule the live stream enough in advance to give people time to be able to set what they need to do so that they can be a part of your live stream. Sometimes you end up having an unscripted live stream and you just go live and you just, right there on the spot, and individuals don't have enough notification that you're going live. And as a result, there is poor, I don't want to say poor, little to no viewers watching you, but as a result, though, because you didn't give enough notification for people to know that you're live, um, there's not a lot of turnout. A second reason why you can end up having low turnout of people watching you live is because when you first go live, it takes anywhere from, some say, to 10 to 30 seconds for the notification to go out to your subscribership and also to YouTube to put it in your feed to let people know that you're alive. And so as a result, it may take some time. And this is where sometimes people want to have a longer intro of maybe a minute to 3 minutes to give the notifications time to let people know that their live stream show is now live and they want individuals to watch. So that could be another reason. A third reason why, it could be also because of poor video packaging. When you have a poor video package about your live stream, then unfortunately it doesn't give YouTube the put you in the best possibility of getting you in front of the home pages of viewers and suggested and recommended. And so I believe that's why it's so important to really work on a very strong, compelling title that offers a benefit to the viewers that are watching on YouTube, who are seeking to be able to live stream for the first time or just improve their live stream experience. And that was part of the reason why we wanted to use tonight's title is, the four best practices on that you should be implementing and using when you're going live on your live stream. Also having, a simple but compelling YouTube thumbnail that will engage the viewer and catch their eyes to say, this is something that I'm interested in, and the topic itself. And so when you don't have those different things that we've talked about, you could end up possibly having low viewer engagement. And then the final point I would say is sometimes, you know, when you're live streaming, it can be a test trying to find the best time that your audience is on YouTube. And so you have to kind of test the waters and say, okay, like tonight we're going live on Tuesday night at 8:30, only because we didn't get a chance to go live this past Sunday. We typically will go live on our normal time of Friday night at 8 p.m., but we always like to try to do a second live stream on Sunday night at 8 p.m. as well. But because we didn't get a chance to do that, and I just had the itch and the urge of just wanting to go live, I realized it was going to be a possibility that, I may not have a whole lot of live viewers in the beginning, in the inception of this live stream, and that's fine. But the point in all of this is what I'm sharing here is, despite who may be watching me live or who may be watching you live, your replay viewers are the ones that will end up engaging the most. So you have to value the replay experience for your replay viewers. I believe YouTube chapters are very important in putting a part of your live stream, especially if you're doing a live stream that's going to be past 30 minutes or more. Sometimes an individual can't dedicate themselves to be able to, in a 30-minute setting or greater, to watch you in the entirety of your live stream. And so putting it in YouTube chapters, allowing them to watch a certain segment of your live stream up to a certain point where they can be able to come back, will give them a positive viewer replay experience. So YouTube chapters, making sure that your live stream is optimized, and it's clear and in its description, but most importantly, you don't just see this as just a live stream, an episode that you've done and you just moved on. You appreciate the fact that this is a second opportunity now that becomes a recorded video that people can now watch through the replay. So the first best practice is appreciate the replay value that you can get from your live streams. The second best practice that I want to share with you that is important, and that is the repurposing value. The repurposing value. Again, your live stream can be anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. And then once the live stream comes to an end, you end the broadcast. The content does not end at you ending the broadcast. It now continues through the repurposing. Rather, that repurposing is now based on how many bullet points that you had. In this case, tonight we have 4 bullet points. That could be 4 individual um, horizontal long form videos that you can make as content. And so repurposing in that way. A second way you can end up repurposing a live stream through the repurposing of your live stream is through YouTube Shorts. Now, whether if you're going to do this manually on your own, if you're going to do it through a live streaming software like StreamYard that gives you the ability to be able to make short form vertical clips, or if you're going to use something like an AI tool like Opus or Nexus Clips, this gives you the ability to repurpose your live stream that you can be able to make more content. And I think this becomes a great win for you and me as working class content creators, especially when we have 9 to 5 jobs that we work and have a career. We have a family life, married and having children. We may have other personal responsibilities that and commitments that we may have, such as volunteering or being a part of your church. And so at the same time, you want to be able to grow and have a YouTube channel. And so when you have those pain points and challenges of feeling like you just can't be consistent, you're too tired to be consistent in posting content every week, where you feel like you're not editing your content and your videos fast enough to post them on YouTube, or you're just by the time you've finished your day at work working 9 to 5 and now you want to record a video and edit, you're exhausted from all of this process. And so being able to repurpose your live stream, the repurposing value becomes very important to be able to help you to get more content on YouTube. I'll take it a step further. If you are a person who wants to be able to grow an email marketing list and you want to have a newsletter, you may want to through your live streaming software that may be web based like StreamYard. Link is in the description if you want to learn more about it. Or if you're using some other live streaming software that gives you the ability to download the transcripts, taking the transcripts from your live stream and making it now into a newsletter. If you want to put that transcript into Chat GPT or Gemini or Claude, you can end up making a newsletter that you can attach to an email list, so you are able to grow your email marketing list and to have a deeper connection with your audience, going from a casual subscriber to now to a loyal viewer who becomes a part of your tribe and your community. So the replay value, the repurposing value are very important to consider as best practices when you go live and engage with your audience. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this episode of The Huddle on a Tuesday night, do me a favor, let me know in the chat where you're watching me from and give me a hashtag Team Live in the chat. If you're watching the replay of this episode, in the comment section, hashtag Team Replay, and let me know in the comment section if you live stream, what's the name of your live stream show? Which brings me now to my third best practice when you are going live, and that is simply being able to reshare your live stream, having an audience that's with watching you either live or that's watching the replay, to share your live stream. When you create a positive live experience and also a positive and engaging replay experience for your audience, I believe one of the strong indicators that it really connects with your audience, live or replay, is when they begin to reshare your content with other people, whether if they're resharing it on YouTube, whether if they're resharing it on another social media platform that they are on the most, whether it's through, if it's a vertical live stream that you're doing, or horizontal, they're sharing it either on Instagram, they're sharing it either on Facebook or LinkedIn or X. Having viewers who really appreciate the content that you shared with them, have them to reshare it, becomes so important, especially in those parts of the live stream where what they call highlight points, those points where they're the best clips of the live stream, and individuals say, hey, look, I really need you to watch this. This is something that's really going to really give you value. We've all done it, with as individuals, sharing it with other individuals, whether if it's a clip of a longer piece of content, um, that ultimately becomes what I call the teaser trailer to the longer uh, movie. Um, Being able to reshare those highlight clips becomes so important to do as a part of going live, doing your live stream, whether if you're on YouTube, whether if you're on another platform that you're going live, if you're an individual who multi-streams from multiple platforms, or who just goes live on one platform, who wants to grow their audience, the reshare value becomes very important. Again, not just for just repurposing, making vertical sh- uh, shorts, but just those highlight moments, those best parts of the live stream. We've seen it in, if you are a sports fan and you see a highlight moment of a dunk by Vince Carter many years ago during the NBA Slam contest, and once you see enough highlight clips of Vince Carter slamming the ball, doing different types of dunk maneuvers, ultimately it can end up encouraging you to say, "Hey, I need to go back on YouTube and find that NBA slam dunk contest when Vince Carter did those dunks." And those highlight moments, those clips, ultimately gets you to end up watching more of that longer form piece of content. And then finally, being able to, I talked about reshare, um, and I accidentally jumped to reshare, but reaction videos, reaction value, the reaction value. I kind of combine the two of these together, but the point that I wanted to hit on the reaction value, since I end up touching on the reshare, but the reaction value is, again, those highlight moments and clips of a longer piece of content that really stands out, and what I call the aha moments. When you provide those aha moments for your audience during the live stream, when you are touching on a particular point that answers a specific question, that gets a reaction out of the viewer, whether if they're live or watching the replay. What comes to me being a Marvel fan, I remember watching the Avengers Endgame, and towards the final part of the movie where Captain America now is, facing the enemy, who is Thanos, who's sort of now caused Iron Man to be, defeated, down but not out. Thor is down but not out, but Captain America's the last one standing facing the enemy, and he sees these armies of legions of armies of Thanos coming towards him. His shield is broken and he's been battered and bruised in the battle, but he gets himself to his feet. And as he's getting ready to now face Thanos with a broken shield, he begins to hear something, and he hears Sam Wilson, Falcon, who's played by Anthony Mackie, and he said, "Cap, on your left." And what he sees is the portal begins to open. He sees Sam flying out, and then different types of portals begin to open, and then all the different superheroes all begin to emerge and begin to come to Captain America's side. It becomes a very, very strong reaction moment for the viewers in the movie theater. And that's what I'm talking about. When you are doing live streams and you're sharing things within your live stream, having those reaction moments in your live stream that people want to pull from and say, man, this is, man, this is really connecting with me. This is really speaking to me. This is really helping me in the area where I'm struggling in. That again, that they will not only have a reaction from it, but it's a moment that they want to share with others. And so, in summary, 4 best practices that you want to make a part of your live stream experience, and that is the replay value. The replay value is just as important as the live experience, because that's where your greatest viewership is going to come from. Not just in the 7 days after the live stream is over, but not just in the 30 days when the live stream is over, but sometimes anywhere from 90 to 6 months from after the live stream. If you've really put the content together, you've put the package together in a strong message that really speaks to a need of viewers, the replay value is going to stand even after you've ended the broadcast. And then the repurposing of the live stream. Just don't stop with the live stream, but repurpose the live stream into, based on how many points that you have, into 4 long form horizontal videos, to YouTube shorts, to transcripts that you can turn into a newsletter, or downloading the audio into a podcast. Repurpose your live streams. Appreciate the repurposing value. And then the reaction of the live stream. There's going to be parts within your live stream that should be able to connect with your audience, whether if they're live or watching the replay, that gives a reaction out of them to say, man, this live stream really helped me in the area of me being a person who's been on YouTube but just did not have the courage to want to start going live stream, because I just didn't, and I understand being able to upload videos and watch people watch your videos and like and comment. It's a different experience. But when you go live, it's a different experience from the standpoint that you're engaging with audiences who are in the chat and who can just be watching you and don't comment in the chat. But that's okay. You have content that a viewer wants to watch, and it will provide reaction. And that reaction will come through likes. It will come through comments in the chat. It will come through comments even on the replay. And then finally, the resharing of your live stream. If you keep these 4 best practices in mind, over time, as you go live on your live streams, you'll begin to get more engagement on your live streams. You'll be able to get more comfortable in going live, whether if that live stream is something that you're doing by yourself, if you're doing and bringing on a guest, through interviews, through live stream Q&As where you're answering questions with people in the audience, if you're doing types of reviews or reactions, whatever the format or style of your live stream, keep these 4 best practices in mind. Hey, if you've gotten great value out of this episode of the huddle tonight on these 4 best practices that you should always keep in mind when you're going live so that you can have more engagements on your live streams, do me a favor. Those of you who are watching me live tonight, give me a hashtag team live in the chat. Click that thumbs up button for me. And if you're new to the huddle for the first time and you are a working class content creator who works a 9-to-5 job just like me, and you want to grow on YouTube, you have a family, you have personal responsibilities, and you understand the pain points of trying to create content at the same time of growing on YouTube, hit that subscribe button for me, click that alert notification button, and be a part of the huddle where we encourage one another as working class content creators how to grow on YouTube, get more views, and make money online. That's the content tonight. Again, just wanted to go live here on a Tuesday night and share some content that was that I felt was important, because whether if you're live streaming horizontally or if you are live streaming vertically, you always want to keep these 4 best practices in mind: the replay value, the repurposing value, the reaction value, and the resharing value. So that's the content tonight. We're going to go ahead and bring this train into the station. And so I want to thank those of you who have been watching me live, even if you just been listening, but you can't really engage in the chat right now, but you have me on your mobile phone, or you have me on your HD TV while you're, taking care of some things in the house, in the home. When you get a chance, make sure you click that like button for me. Share this if you've gotten a great reaction out of this live stream tonight, especially if you are a live streamer and just wants to grow in live streaming. Reshare this, but most importantly, subscribe to the huddle. I believe right now we are at 396, so we are 4 away from 400 subscribers. So, hey, be that one that brings us one more closer to 400, and then after that, we're on the march to 500 subscribers. But I also understand that what each person who subscribes, each person that clicks and gives me a thumbs up or gives me a comment, you are a real person who has real concerns, who's seeking real solutions. And that's what the huddle is all about. And so we're going to go ahead and bring this train into the station. I want to thank each and every one of you who have been watching me live. Have a great night, and we will see you at Friday night at 8 p.m., our normal scheduled time here on the huddle. God bless.